709 Meridian, an audio commentary podcast. I'm Andrew.
And this is D.
And we are kicking off the new Amazing. And if you get that reference, you know what you're in for with the Amazing Spider-Man TV movie pilot from 1977, which has not been released since the late 90s on Rhino Home Video. So we all assume that you've got your Rhino Home Video to sync up with this. It came out in the theaters in Europe. So This is officially the first theatrical Spider-Man movie, starring Nicolas Cage of The Sound of Music.
Hammond.
No. Yes. Wow. No, not Nicolas Cage.
It's about that time.
Not yet. Not yet. Okay. Old man Spider-Man. Spider-Man Noir starring Nicolas. Oh, shit. They're doing a Spider-Man Noir. I should shut up. Okay. There's all sorts of stories about the making of this show. It was part of a CBS package. It did a couple seasons after this, but mostly got forgotten. They packaged
several episodes.
Yeah, they packaged most of the series as two-parters because there's two-parter episodes throughout the series. There's the Chinese Web and the Deadly Dust.
Released.
Yes.
I think the other two were released theatrically overseas.
Those two were released overseas, but then they somehow were smart enough, even in the late 70s, to shoot for like a package. Because they shot scenes, because like the Rhino, you would watch this in the early 90s on channel 50, but maybe 32 for this
32
one.
had them.
77, 32 definitely had that. But they also, part of the syndication package, had something like Night of the Clones and whatever other episode.
A random episode.
Yeah. So they were put together, and then you'd have this really nice scene with Chip Fields and Nicholas Hammond sitting in the Daily Bugle.
Some dialogue.
Yeah.
Referencing what either just happened or, some event to connect it.
And it's like, it's cheesy, but it also does something that no shows at this time did, which was acknowledge the other episode, right? Like, until 1990, or no, the late 80s, TV shows were basically like that Simpsons joke where Lisa's like, I just noticed next week everything will be fine, everything will be back to normal. And that's what TV was like, even 1 hour shows, right?
The WB brought back the previously on recaps, a lot of their shows.
Yeah, and now that is a normal thing now that with streaming, because people are, and cable too, because they're not worried about commercials. But basically, this is, commercials kind of shortened shit. Hour-long shows were 47, 48 minutes, then 45, then 43, then 41. Wow. Yeah, I think they're like 41 now.
At 41 now.
Yeah. So, and I think maybe even 50 minutes. So yeah. So this is from the golden age, the proto-golden age of network television.
Yeah. Where when it came to TV, network TV, because the networks were big, Yeah,
that's
all we had, kids. CBS, NBC, ABC, and then whatever was in syndication.
Yep, and then
Fox came along, and unless you had cable, because I always had cable in the house, and that was more for movies and fringe shit like Nickelodeon and MTV. So. Because otherwise, regular cable, basic channels on cable were just playing the same shit that regular TV played.
Yeah,
for the most part. You just got more reruns of stuff. Fucking Andy Griffith.
Shopping networks,
networks.
There was not a lot, and then it all changed, and still we do not have a video release of this.
No, still. Series. Thank you, Stan Lee, for encouraging these morons to not invest anything into this show.
First he lies to the Supreme Court, saying Jack Kirby didn't do any work. Now he holds up fucking Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh.
They
Um,
brainwashed a generation of people that just ignoring this shit, and it's actually good. You know, I stand by this as much as I stand by Kong 76. Maybe it's because it's what I grew up on, but yeah, like I remember Channel 32 would like on the weekends, late at
oh
night.
yeah,
Remember they would play these in the 2 hour block, which was the package. You know,
yeah. I think whoever did superhero cinema, remember that? I think
yeah,
that was 50. I think
yeah,
they
50,
did all of these because
yeah,
I remember I got rid of my fucking tapes off 50 when I got the Rhino ones.
because
Then I discovered,
they would cycle through Spider Man and then do Captain America
yeah,
and shit. Sometimes they would throw in 2 episodes of like Wonder Woman or something.
I just remember Captain America like would show up in weird ass places. Like they played not you could never see Doctor Strange, by the way.
No, Doctor
Doctor
Strange. It
Strange
was rare. It was
never
rare when
aired,
Doctor Strange came on.
and it was the only one with a good review. Like that was it. That was the only one people were like, "This is actually pretty good," and it never aired. I don't even remember. I saw it. I bought a bootleg of it at Comic Con,
Mm.
and now it's of course out on Blu-ray or
Yeah, now
limited edition.
everybody's
But
seen it.
you can stream it probably.
Yeah,
But the WGN, like Channel 9, would play
Channel Nine
like
had
Captain
Hulk.
America
Yeah,
at like as their late night movie some night of the
yep,
week. And you're just like, why do
mm,
you have this? Like, you don't
exactly.
have the second one, but you've got the
They would just
first
play the first
one.
one. Yeah,
And it's like, it really took until the early 90s for them to start packaging these as series. It took until post Batman when
and
people
then
just didn't have content.
Sci-Fi Channel at one point.
Sci-fi. Maybe I had my tapes off of Sci-Fi, but I had
They got a
tapes of
hold
these
of them,
fuckers. Yeah.
and they had an annual thing on Thanksgiving where they did all of these and the Hulks, and yeah.
But yeah, so
Those were the days.
because the Hulk is weird, it is Universal still.
Hmm.
Columbia handled the theatrical release of these, and I think the initial video releases. Captain America was Universal, was it? Maybe?
We'll see, because
Yeah.
Universal. You'll know it's Universal because somehow, some way, they'll make it to that damn back lot. They always go to the back lot for something.
And this one we'll be keeping our eyes out for the mountains. This
Oh right,
yeah,
it,
Spider-Man takes
in
place
New
in New
York,
York, California. New York, Southern California. The sun always shines in New York,
and
Southern California.
this is just like every show back then. You know, Spider-Man, Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew. They all took place in New York, but clearly, you know, clearly shot on a lot, and they never disguise the fact, especially when you do your background work. I mean,
Yeah,
I think there's a few shots here in this location shots
there are.
that are recycled
We
throughout the
might be
show.
pretty safe in this one. Actually, I think
Yeah, this one's
besides some
probably a
of
little
the
more
like,
consistent
yeah,
than the other ones
because
because on the show it's just clearly California.
yeah, this one. So this was part of some overall deal they had with CBS, and
Mm-hmm.
so Marvel
Because they put money in the
always,
pilots.
yeah, Marvel always was trying to fucking get something together, and they never were able to sell their interlocked shit until they did it themselves. But this was the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'll talk about that at some point. But the
Oh yeah,
goal,
let's.
they always had the goal. But let's get going here because
Yeah.
there is going to be 30 minutes of doddering villainy in this. So,
Yes,
all right, you ready?
sir. Uh-huh.
Starting in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, so this is not the music from the second season. The second season we were talking about, which you've already heard now, Michael Pataki tying
Yeah, there
in
we go.
our
Haley
single
Hicks.
appearance of Hilly Hicks,
Lisa Eilbacher.
Lisa
Ooh.
Eilbacher, Jeff Donnell, who was the girl named Jeff, was how they marketed her at the beginning. I think Fred Jackman, probably no relation to
Hugh.
Hugh. but we don't know. We don't know those things.
See, now this is likely a New York shot.
Yeah.
Um, my copy that I had ripped has the Columbia
Oh, does
logo at the
it?
beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is the. I mean, I'm for sure everyone we're watching the Rhino that I've
Yeah.
yeah
Rhino, which is
yeah. But
uh, something is
so
afoot.
something's afoot. Now this is kind of a not a super regular trope, but it held up for at
Yeah.
least until like 87. This was a perfectly reasonable like
Well,
evil
it was
plan.
until they did a Naked Gun, I think. It was like
Yeah. Okay,
where they
I
totally now that's LA.
that's LA. LA, of course, built those blocks to look like New York so more people would film there. But
Yeah.
that would be many years after this. So I'm trying to think what this would have been comparable to. 77. Did you have like adventure shows in 77? Like Magnum wasn't until what,
Yeah, the
80 or
80s.
81? Yeah.
Because like the closest well no, Dukes of Hazzard came out late too. There was cop shows.
There were cop shows, but yeah, I
There's a
mean,
lot of
this is
cop shows.
a primetime show that's
They would
geared toward kids, which
yeah,
is different.
like Starsky and Hutch wouldn't be this broad.
Yeah.
Now this might be a Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, this is the score, everybody. I hope you like it. This is the score of this entire thing.
Well, they got the leftover shit from Blackula.
Oh, it's this dude.
Uh,
Have we
does
seen
he
him in
always
something
wear a
for the
hat?
pod? Yeah, he does. Because he's super duper bald. He looks like a bird. He
Yeah.
takes it off. Wow. How did they look at okay. All right. So the Daily Bugle. So yeah, now this that's not the Daily Bugle from the TV show either, I don't think.
No.
Oh damn. Okay, that's intentional.
There's Larry White, right?
David,
David
maybe?
White, the
David White.
original,
He would not be
um,
back for this
right?
show.
David White, aka Larry Tate, aka J. Jonah Jameson, Mark One.
Now this so 77, this is also a year before Superman.
Yeah, right before.
Right before Superman, so you hadn't
Oh, here we go.
yep.
Billy Hicks.
This will be Robbie's only appearance on the show.
Yeah.
He
This one,
disappears.
yeah, this is the most comic accurate we'll get
Yeah.
because the show itself, the series becomes its own thing.
What a weird looking office. Like it's what is that?
Wait,
did
the
you
hair, the head,
you just saw that, didn't you? Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
the head dip.
Yep. Okay. Good job, EW Schwackheimer. Good. I was, didn't want to. I can't believe I've never seen that before.
I know, right?
Okay, so we've established Peter's working his way through college. And then because it's a show for kids, even if it's a primetime show, they each are going to repeat everything everybody else says 3 times.
Yeah. And Nicholas Hammond, a really good Peter Parker here.
This is the only time to date in live action we've seen Peter Parker, the college student. And
A dedicated photographer too.
yeah, and you don't see it, you do see it throughout the show, but
Hmm.
not so much here. But you do see the potential for having Peter's college adventures
Yep.
in live action, which the comics have. It's not like the comics reverted him back to high school. They've sent him back to college a bunch of times, but it
And
wasn't.
the college era didn't always depend on supervillains as much as they would have wanted the show to do. Like a lot of the better stories weren't, supervillain
Right.
driven, or a lot of them were one offs. So Spider Man would work as a show.
Oh
It did.
yeah. Oh yeah. But there are very few comics that wouldn't better. Oh look, he's got on his Captain America shirt, thereby tying it into the continuity of World War II hero Captain America.
Hmm.
That's that's canon for the CBS MCU or the MCBSU. That guy's familiar too.
Yeah, I've seen him somewhere on something.
Of course, this was the late 70s, early 80s. All of these people guest starred
Yeah,
on
they guest starred on something else.
you, Remington Steele, Simon and Simon, Hill Street, St. Elsewhere,
Both
Magnum,
Nicholas Hammond and Lisa Eilbacher, Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew.
and right, late 70s. Don't forget Love Boat and
Love
Fantasy
Boat.
Island.
Yeah, Fantasy
Like,
Island.
you'd have your top tier guest stars on Fantasy Island Love Boat, but then you would have the fucking
The
daughter's
young, yeah.
boyfriend like this
Hmm.
dude.
Yep.
But oh yeah, Spider-Man fucking he's still my heart. Like Batman's really the one that would be best, but I don't. It's just honestly what you would want to do is you would. And this is the problem because we're running into with the superhero universes. Marvel's hitting the point that people don't want to make the commitment anymore. They're going to slow the shit down because blah blah blah. By the way, everyone, this is going to be about a radioactive spider. Uh, But Marvel's slowing all the shit down because of money stuff and whatever. The real way you would want to do a show is you would want to do multiple shows concurrent that then crossed over like once a month, twice,
Yeah.
or once a quarter.
Sweeps.
Right.
You
You
do it
do
for
your
sweeps.
sweeps event, right? Like, because that you can tie it's like, Marvel
Sweeps and the
Netflix, but
occasional finale.
simultaneous. Right. And the CW ones kind of did that at the beginning, like the Arrow and Flash would cross over a lot, but they couldn't
Hmm.
keep that up with the other shows.
It was getting expensive. Like at some point, they were hoping Smallville would spin off and other shit, but that never happened.
Not that they didn't try.
I just couldn't imagine that weak ass Justice League. But then again, it probably would have worked within. Which reminds me, I gotta
Well,
watch Stargirl.
yeah, I still want to watch Cloak and Dagger.
Oh yeah.
So Nicholas Hammond has never cameoed in any of the future in the subsequent Spider-Man.
Nothing,
He wasn't in
nothing that,
Spider-Verse. Nobody
nothing.
acknowledges this. And it's just like, even if you don't like it, it did defy.
Right, it kicked
Stan
it
Lee
off.
talks shit about this. This sold more comic books than anything else in the world. Superman the movie saved DC Comics a year later. Like, the attention that this and the Hulk gave Marvel
Yeah,
was incredible. No
it
pun
was
intended.
because this was a hit.
Yeah,
It
and
was,
so
and they re-aired it a lot too.
how to explain this to the youth? So you didn't used to be able to just go to Wikipedia and find out something, right? You used to read something in a book, and if it was true, you would be right when you thought that. But if it
Yeah,
wasn't true, you wouldn't know that until you were corrected. And then there's the whole like resistance to learning new things. The
yeah.
only thing I knew about this until like 1990 was from the Leonard Maltin guide
Mm,
that said like a sometime series followed. Well,
mm.
I saw the Deadly Dust and Chinese Web and
Chinese
Night
Web.
of the Clones and whatever. And I'm like, oh, they just made more TV movies. That's weird. And it's like, no, it was a weekly show. I didn't know this was a weekly show until 1990.
Wow.
I just assumed it was like, TV movie specials, which is also a good idea.
32 played this back to back. I would say from 83 to 85. They played it back to back with Wonder Woman. Like you would have your Spider Man, and you would play episode of Wonder
Yeah,
Woman.
these two
Or like,
things were tied together very much. And I feel like at some point Wonder Woman Hulk had a little bit of a tie
yeah,
too.
yeah. Like on what's it called? That's how what is it? Me TV did it for a while.
Mm,
They used to have a whole lineup, but now there's heroes and icons. But I don't know if any of those shows still run on there.
I think that is California. I don't know. I think maybe they did their pickup shots of New York after this one.
Yeah, the bulk of it is L.A. A lot of the Spider-Man costume shit, though, especially climbing the building, that's gonna be New
That's going to
York.
be New York. We get our score back here. So this is also kind of like a kids movie version of the first and probably third Dirty Harry movie plots. Like, so how nerdy is Peter supposed to be in this, right? Like,
Uh-oh. So Peter's gotten bit, and
yep.
already, right off the bat, he can his spidey sense goes off.
Okay, and let's not forget this is going to be this dude is doing this unrelated to Peter being bit.
Right.
In the comic, he jumps up to avoid a car. That is not Nicholas
Yeah.
Hammond.
No.
That is Nicholas Hammond, but that is not the shot. You can always tell because he's not actually physically exerting himself.
No. Look at
Yeah,
that.
because he's a good young male lead,
Yeah,
like
it's
he's
just straight down the line. To me, this was Spider-Man almost, to the
yeah.
extent that Christopher Reeve was Superman for a while.
Oh yeah.
And it's
And you
just a damn
can
shame that fandom
we
just
don't know.
banished this shit.
We don't know because
Well, there's fans of it.
This first got banished because of the movies. Because this was on Rhino had it, but they were licensing it from Columbia, and
That was around the
Columbia,
time they were field destroying shit at like Blockbusters and other video stores.
right?
Here we go with
Here we go.
Michael Pataki.
Is he the regular on the rest of the show? I can't remember.
You know
He
what it
is,
was?
right?
I think he was in season one, and then like they did kind of a
Oh, and then they bring in that girl for season two. I
right
gotta
season
watch the
two.
show. I gotta watch
Yeah,
the show. I watched the movies, but I gotta watch the show.
because season two was kind of a revamp.
Chip Fields really played. Chip Fields in the show and Nicholas Hammond play really well off of each other because
Yeah,
he has a very he has they play Peter a little bit too naive for late 70s New York.
yeah,
And
he's not as hip and witty. Is
yeah, it's
he's kind of an all shucks.
yeah, he's very yeah. Who's the but this is before even Superman, right? Like
Yeah,
this is before you had your let me guess he sends it to his sweet silver-haired mother back home. Not the show from the or not the house from the show either. But also at this time, you had Spider Man and his amazing friends on TV, sort of in the early 80s. So that
yeah.
was,
There was kind of an established, and that's what I miss about Spider Man because they keep just. I don't even. I like Spider Verse, but to me, the best Spider Man is the most basic. He's fighting the villain, or bad shit is happening, and he still has to soldier through it. I'm not really all about all this. Every time you look up, even in the comics now, it's something different. Superior Spider-Man, and now there's other Spider people. So it's kind of like, what do we care about Peter Parker anymore?
right.
It's almost the same thing as like Superman. DC Comics now. Like, what do we need two Supermans for? There's a reason why there's a Superman, Superboy, Supergirl, hell, even Crypto. But now we have two Supermen, and it's just, I get the father son thing, but they kind of robbed everybody of that in a way since he's an adult, a young adult now.
I mean, they tried that shit with Batman and it didn't work. Remember? Like,
Yeah.
they tried that with Dick and Bruce alternating or something and it didn't work. It's just, it's got too much shit to do, especially now that they want, well, not with Spider Man, actually, because Marvel doesn't get those characters. Sony gets them all. But with everybody, okay, here we go. So,
Yes. There we go.
oh,
Climbing around the house bit. I think that
this,
is the stunt man.
I think that is, I can't tell. That's the glory of VHS.
No,
Um,
that's the stunt man.
that is the stuntman because you can tell his head's going to fall off. That is a composite shot. That is
Yeah.
a early green screen. Oh, that is early green screen. That's the stuntman. Mm. So, do we get the full montage here? This might be the
Wait a
best
minute.
music in the. Just saying.
Well, it's a good theme.
Yeah.
Now, here's the part where he makes the suit, right? And it just becomes Spider-Man because
Yep.
there's no
There's
Uncle Ben here. That's
no
right.
Uncle
We all we
Ben.
we failed to mention.
We haven't even met Aunt May yet, have we?
No, I don't think we've seen her yet. I
Oh
think the house
man,
alone to most fans is like, oh shit.
the bell bottoms. Well, that was what was really cool about Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and I guess that's what Ultimate Spider-Man did for a while. was it made Maze into a like a group home for wayward teens and Ultimate Spider-Man.
No.
But
Well,
in
yeah, in ultimate, yeah,
but in Amazing or in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, the other kids lived there. Like
yeah,
they boarded there. So it like added a whole nice sitcom dynamic to it, which Spider-Man can support better than pretty much anything.
and Firestar's damn dog.
Because that was how they were going to get girls to watch. Yeah.
That stupid dog.
Okay. So his spider sense just lets him know when he's got a scene to get to.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
oh,
don't forget, man, this isn't a universe with Iron Man.
no. Yeah, look, the lady saw him. Those guys.
How did they not get Stan Lee into that scene?
Well, remember, wasn't it a bad idea to him altogether? Like he was against it the whole time because they refused to do Green Goblin or some shit. How the hell with it then? See, now this is
What?
definite.
Hold on, I've never noticed this before.
Huh.
He thought the. Did he think the mugger he just stopped was mind controlled?
No, I don't know.
Because he's trying to sell the pictures of. What the hell's he trying to sell the pictures of? The car accident? I guess the car accident.
Probably,
Never mind.
yeah. When did
What a good
he take his
idea.
camera out?
Yeah. He didn't have his. You think Barbera was going to let him take pictures? I don't think so.
I don't know. They should have let him do the voice on the cartoon.
Yeah, that would have been kind of cool.
He sounds a lot like the Amazing Friends version.
Like a spider.
Yeah. What do you know?
Have we established that he's very, very strong yet?
Eh. Now, bear in mind, this is the pilot, and from the pilot to the show, there's a lot of differences. The suit, um, some powers he has, some powers he doesn't have.
He's got flying powers in one of the episodes. In either Chinese web or Deadly Dust, he flies.
Oh, I think that he jumps from something.
Yeah, but he can still fly.
Hmm.
Well, he wears clothes, of course.
Where is Chip Fields even in this?
No.
Huh.
This show never had more than one black person in an episode at
That's
a time.
crazy. Wow.
Chip Fields is like the most distinctive thing about this show at a certain
Yeah,
like
she was the best thing about the show.
yeah.
They could have used her in this.
Oh yeah. But then we wouldn't have had our single appearance of Robbie.
Yeah, we Robbie would have got this place. Hilly's good, though.
Yeah. Okay. Is
There's
this our
Aunt May.
first Aunt May? Yes. So this is Jeff Donnell, who was a starlet in the late 40s, early 50s. And so same with David White or whatever. Like, this is a basic thing. You throw some familiar Hollywood actor in.
Hmm. I believe Aunt May changes like two or three times throughout the show.
Yeah,
I don't think it's the same actress.
I don't even think she's in the second season or something. Like, he moves out
No,
pretty
like
quick
they
in the
phased her
show.
out. They very rarely show him at home or anything, and even then, he's oh,
Here we go.
look at that. Now this costume looks really good though.
Yeah.
That's not the it's definitely not the meet and greet costume.
Nope.
I wonder if they did use it though.
Well, the joke of all the fucking superhero costumes
He's
is that,
crazy. You see this shit?
yeah.
He's
Well, I mean,
insane
he's insane. Yeah, this is the whole
because he
thing. Is
becomes Spider-Man just because.
yeah, he becomes Spider Man to make $100. Like,
It's not
he didn't.
even, you know, this is not a this power, this responsibility
No, not.
Spider-Man.
Oh, there's no. Yeah, he never gets to that. Like, I mean, he.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. He's never. There's sometimes in the show where he is Spider Man just to meet girls too. But I mean,
Yeah.
like, that ended up happening in the fucking cartoons at time and again because
Well, yeah, the
they don't
cartoon
have the
Spider-Man is like
rules.
a celebrity. He's a rock star in the cartoon.
What gym is he going to?
With that full face mask.
Uh huh.
So this is
All
just
right.
a grumpy Jonah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have an immediate dislike or hate for Spider-Man. And that is kind of what he's like throughout the show. He's just the boss. They never make him any deeper than that.
Well, because Barbera is there to hate
Yeah,
Spider Man.
yeah, Barbera's
Editing in this is really rough.
well, yeah, 70s TV.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, like,
They can't all be the Incredible Hulk,
no. Well, Kenneth
which was
Johnson and what's his face, Dan Curtis, right? Like, those were about and there's like one other guy. And I mean, Spielberg went on to make movies, but there weren't a lot of auteurs of TV movies in the
yeah,
70s.
because that show. There's episodes of that show that look really good.
What does he want the money for? We don't have a. We know he's broke, but we don't know what his goals are.
Mm-mm. He just, I guess, wants money because he's broke.
Oh, did
Mm.
Barbera ever show up in the comic? Like,
I don't know. I do
I'm
know
reading.
that, like the Hulk, for a while, I think they changed the Marvel thing on the corner where they had a blurb on the actual comic that said now live action.
Yeah.
And even that might have been like a thing that CBS enforced.
Peter's one classy photographer.
The forever disgruntled Michael Pataki before he went on and just play Russian guys.
Right.
Oh, isn't he going to notice the pin? Calm
I'm
down,
just
buddy.
standing here, man.
Will you please just get away?
Did we miss him establishing the super strength? Because he seems pretty confident.
Mm.
Because,
Oh,
yeah.
there we go. Uh,
He's been working out.
right.
Okay, so we are. Does she show up before the 45-minute mark? Oh no, my film.
Uh-oh. Oh, there goes that.
Oh no, here she is.
Yes.
I can't remember. Does he like not tell her his involvement with shit or something?
Wow. Late 70s Lisa Eilbacher, dude. Yeah.
We haven't had our villain introduction yet either.
Right. Whoever's like doing all of this.
Yeah, that's going to be a big sequence, as I recall. Our supervillain reveal.
Jenny Summers. Yeah, she had perfected that look of worry.
Yep. Concerned,
Mm-hmm.
relation, or friend.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you?
All right. What do you want? Shit. Is that a Pinto? Is that the car they use in Cujo?
Okay, here. Bad guy. Distinct looking bad guy.
Yeah, the henchman. I think he was a villain in the episode of the Monkeys too.
I'm pretty sure this guy never played anything but a villain.
Yeah. All right. Here's Mr. Big.
Using brainwashing science. Oh, wait, no, we don't get the reveal yet.
Mm-mm.
Because we gotta wait. We gotta wait to reveal our villains.
Because he's somebody that isn't he like somebody everybody knows anyway,
Not
but they don't
yet.
know
They
he's.
haven't even introduced him yet. Like,
Oh wow,
yeah, we've got
this
the
is Scooby Doo.
episode. right here. And
Yeah,
until then, we that was our pilot, or that was our setup for the series. But now we're in the episode.
yeah. The thick of the
Mm,
plot.
this shit is out of an old serial.
Yeah, he should be wearing like a doctor's smock or something.
Mm-hmm. With a hood on, so nobody
Mm.
knows who he is.
Right?
A lot of good that cop was doing.
Ain't no, hey, where's your badge, dude?
They didn't have badges back then. They just had name tags.
Where, where's
Oh shit! Oh yeah, shit! I forgot. We got another set piece here.
Doctor What's his face? Never heard of you.
Okay, so there are mind-controlled agents all over the city.
My clandestine plan is coming to fruition.
If they had gotten Christopher Lee for this part, that would have been badass.
Christopher Lee. Uh, shit. You think Donald Pleasance would have done it?
Year before Halloween,
It's the
yeah,
year before Halloween. He did the Puma Man.
yeah.
Shit.
But instead, we get a guy who wet talks. We'll get to it. Like he's the fucking Dune villain.
Uh,
So the genius thing about this, now, the reason you couldn't make a Spider-Man movie for years is because the CGI wasn't there. They couldn't figure out the special effects, right? Cameron couldn't
no.
figure out the special effects. He knew CGI would be able to do it, but by the time he was past that, right? If Titanic hadn't been the biggest hit in the world, Cameron probably would have made Spider-Man. But what do when you don't have a budget and you need to do stuff? You just have people go out the windows.
Yeah, you go out on a ledge or walk into traffic.
Well, we're not going to see. We're going to see very limited swinging. Oh, her
Oh, here we go.
scream kicks it off.
Let's turn on the theme music.
It's a very weird setting she's got on her to notify her voice assistant.
Oh, oh,
Dun,
right into
dun,
action.
dun, dun. Look at that. We were really there. Dun, 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 dun. But he doesn't have any webs. He'll have them. He doesn't have them in the show very often, if ever.
Yeah,
But
when they do it, it's like, oh, oh, whoa. Da-da-da-da-da. Do the hustle. Spider hustle.
so much action in long shot. And why didn't they just go into the room?
Yeah, he could have just carried him back into the room. What the fuck?
The invisible ladder goes to the roof, though.
Look at those palm trees in the back.
Mhm.
Hey,
Ooh, trailer shot. Who is that character?
somebody's killing it on the guitar. uh.
Now, shouldn't he have been able to? jump down or
Yeah, he could have
something?
just
He
jumped,
doesn't
but
jump. He never jumps. But he does
they
get
they
dressed really fast.
they were not gonna skimp on the no. We paid for this stunt man to this
Yep.
climb this fucking wall.
Good job, Peter.
Right,
She
way to
needed
go.
your emotional support, man. Uh,
No, you out.
E.W. Schwackheimer's best shot in the movie, it looks like.
Mm.
Did he just sneeze? Why is he
Hmm.
sneezing? Doesn't he have spider anti allergy powers?
He's yeah, he's got some kind of allergy because there's another episode where he sneezes.
Oh, look, they're in Central Park. Central Park, what is it? Echo Lake or whatever.
Yeah, that's
That's that one fucking park. Like, what is it?
yeah,
MacArthur Park or whatever?
MacArthur
Like,
Park. Yeah,
this all sounds wacky. I might be a superhero, but all this other shit, that sounds wacky to me.
well, she always sells it.
Yeah, I don't understand why she didn't make it.
Mm. Maybe she would have been bigger on TV,
Yeah,
but then again, the crap that was playing back then, all you had was you weren't going to be much of a stretch on a Dallas or a Dynasty.
no, no, nobody made it after spending. Well,
It's kind of a shame when the Hulk was the actual, like where you
right.
go to do some shit that had some weight to it.
Uh
Ah,
huh. Here we go. Slobber talker.
yeah.
Okay, so we are halfway through now in establishing
I
the
guess he's supposed to be
cult.
what? This could have been the Kingpin.
Hmm, that would have
They were
been
going to do super
that would have
villains.
been fucking awesome if they turned the kingpin into a self-help guru
Yeah.
who
Because he's always about hiding out in the open.
Mhm. Oh, so he doesn't even remember being rescued by Spider-Man.
Yeah, because the signal, I guess, cut off. Maybe that's why he took him to the roof, I think. Because he knows he could hear the signal or some shit because of his
Hmm.
spidey sense. I don't know. Sort of,
I think you're overthink. You might be overthinking it.
uh, that would make sense though. Like he would sense you know, the signal.
Right. I am Baron Harkonian.
Sir, I'm in front of you.
No.
Ah, my eye, sir.
I mean, I suppose if he was just shooting this, all of like, look at the supporting, or look at
Yeah, the
the
two
other
people.
players. Like,
Yeah,
they're just like, we're not paying you a cent if you move your face at all.
don't even blink. Uh, the row in front of him must be like a Gallagher concert.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's falling for his bullshit, but not Peter. Mysterio, comics. Who else was there? Who? I mean, no, because Spider Man's big villain in the '70s was,
Goblin.
well, Goblin died though.
Yeah,
So
but then there was
Harry
Harry.
Jr. Yeah. Okay.
There was Harry. Well, Harry was only
Yeah.
there was Harry, and then there was another one. I remember that because he took care of Harry, and then there was another one that wasn't Norman either, though. And
So poverty stricken grad student. Okay. So he's even. This is the proto Tom Holland sequels trilogy.
mhm,
Why is he sneezing?
no,
She's getting brainwashed.
oh, she's weak-minded.
Yep.
He's not as easily pulled in because of his spidey sense, I think, or because of his allergy.
The allergy, I think, is to her sweater or something. Isn't there like a thing about it?
Or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Does that friend come back, or is that it for that dude? That's like the funniest thing about TV movies is you'll have like a super distinctive character who's only in it for the
Only there for
scene
5 minutes.
because
Yeah.
it's that commercial break. They need that hit. That is a fucking '70s outfit on Peter. That is
Oh shit.
a
Yeah. Yeah.
'70s outfit there. Good grief.
The no team football shirt.
Mm-hmm. With the little fitted
Yeah.
sleeve,
The
or
sleeve,
yeah, the fitted sleeve,
cuffs on
and
the
then
sleeve.
his fucking bell bottoms. Oh yeah.
Only thing missing is this little skinny yellow skateboard.
Here we
Ah,
go. Isn't
yeah,
web slinging fun?
the web slingers that he doesn't have to press. Shit just shoots out.
And pretty much it's a swinging rope.
Yeah, that's all it is. Now,
We'll
wouldn't it have
figure
been
this out for
cool
the series, you guys.
if he had dived into those bushes and came out and been in his Spider-Man costume?
Yeah. Because we're never going to see a stunt that elaborate with the swinging.
No, it really just is a rope.
Now, Spider Man also had a newspaper strip. Had that started yet?
Yeah, thinking already.
Yeah, the Spider Man newspaper strip did a lot for Spider Man too. Like,
The late '70s alone was very. Marvel had kind of a grip on things
yeah.
because then you go to 7-Eleven and they had those cups, but I think they had DC ones too. But just remember the Marvel ones a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was all sorts of shit like that, and then like God, I wish I had that shit. Why didn't I realize? Not even like now, but just like as a kid, it's like, why the fuck didn't I keep a
Mm.
track of that cup? Like, or you just remember when it was like, you're like, shit, I remember seeing Migos in the fucking store. I
Yeah,
should have somehow gotten a Migo because then I'd have it now. Like,
I think I still have my Mego Hulk
the
that
Migo
I got.
Hulk with the broken arm, man.
Yeah,
Ah,
I think it's the first thing I ever bought from when Toys R Us first opened in Evanston.
mm.
I got that
Yeah,
shit
and that
opening
was
day.
not the show wasn't still on then. So like
Show
they
wasn't
had a
even
fucking
on,
stock Amigo
and
Hulks
yeah, they just had even my mom was like, "Why is this shit on the shelf? Like
because it's the fucking
this shit is
Hulk. It's
old."
awesome.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah,
like, "It's the Hulk. I want the Hulk. Damn it!"
exactly.
Because we already at that point had watched the show. The show,
Yeah, you
was
knew
still
what it
on,
was. Yeah.
and it wasn't until what '88 that the first TV movie, The Return of the Hulk, I
Yeah.
think came.
Oh, that is a very 1988 movie too.
Yeah, now that you know how to watch it, I saw it
Ooh,
recently. It's
yeah.
just yeah.
I that one knocked me off my momentum. I was gonna do the other two, and I was like, oh shit, I can't.
Trial, yeah, it goes south with Trial because Trial is just basically it's a Daredevil movie, and I don't even acknowledge the last one.
Yeah,
I can't even watch it, even if
don't
Elizabeth Grayson is in it.
don't
I
kill
can't.
off your. Oh,
Oh,
is that a picture of New York? That was a picture of
that
New
was a
York.
picture of New York.
Yeah, don't kill off. Don't do a 1 and 2 parter on your fucking TV movie. Like that's why you
Uh-uh.
don't play chicken
It's
with cancellation in your season finale.
I just remember that one itself amongst the three of them being the worst anyway.
Yeah, because there's no story to it.
No,
And then it's one of those ones that, and especially at that point, the Peter David Hulk was very, very brainy. Like,
well, that was
I
Ray Hulk era at that point.
there
I
was
think
Gray Hulk, but it also hadn't it gotten into
no,
the.
Professor Hulk wasn't until like later.
I thought
I would say
Professor Hulk was when for trial.
no,
No,
I don't think so. I don't know because
I think he was back
I
to
just remember
green, but I don't.
there was that issue where the three of them, Doc Samson had gotten
Yeah,
all three of them together, and at the end of the issue, he comes out and he goes to Betty, and he's not either of the other two, but he's like the merged Hulk.
but remember when the Hulk started working with the Secret Society and the Mountain?
Oh yeah, that's later.
Okay.
That's like mid '90s, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if those would actually be any good, but I am curious. I remember them being
Ah,
good.
I'm kind
Oh,
of going back into the
oh,
gray area.
oh, that's not
TV,
how perspective works, Spider Man.
no.
That's what they ought to do on the new PS game, the PS5 Spider-Man 2 game is you have a mode where you turn on the fucked up composites of the
Where you're
old
halfway off
show.
the building when you climb.
Mm, you're 2 dimensional for a bunch of it.
Yeah,
Okay, so this is the shot. This is the scene that should be in New York. Let's see.
it is. You could tell because they use it for another episode of the show.
He's got that sneezing again. So it's not her.
Mm-mm.
This is all your trailer footage. This is all your look, kids, stuntmen. Yep, that's a nice composite shot. That must have been so hard to do in 1977.
I'd have been scared shitless.
Not even that. No, I just mean that one, the
Oh, he
jumping
had a
composite.
shot. Yeah.
So wait, no, his allergies are just him fucking up the superhero business in? Uh-oh.
You can't track it.
No. There we go again with the composite.
Oh. Hey.
Trailer shot or teaser shot.
Yeah. The Amazing Spider-Man. Da da da.
All right, so now these brainwashed soldiers are headed out into the world. But I can't remember.
Dun dun dun. And goodbye. Oh god, he's got the chain in his.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were actually talking about this in the Blackula episodes, but once you actually had like exploitation film stereotypes transfer over to the mainstream, it was about 1977,
Yeah.
right? Like this is a Mr. Big out of Blackula 3.
Mm-hmm.
He runs
Proto
the
proto proto Luthor suit.
yeah, like
Because Luthor ended up wearing those pimp suits and Superman.
so fucking good. Oh, bring back have some courage, James Gunn. Bring back Gene Hackman.
Look at that. This is actually pretty good
Yeah.
here.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is people make fun of it when you're shooting somebody from an overhead camera or whatever. That doesn't mean it doesn't look right. Like, okay, yeah, that's what they had to do. It still looked good.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
they had to do back then. That was the ingenuity. I mean,
you could do, I mean, well, actually, when you watch the behind the scenes stuff, there's a astounding amount of physicality in Tom Holland's performance. Like,
mm,
he did that whole bridge sequence in 3 where he
mm,
hops around. That's
mm-hmm.
all him. Like,
Shit.
yeah. So I mean, they do manage to do that kind of thing, but
Uh-oh.
they do it all too CGI aided. They don't just have.
Did you say action sequences?
Here we go, and I like how they've got the logo on their back.
Yeah. Oh.
I wonder if they just didn't have the fucking balls to make the bad guy Asian,
And it is kind of weird because you would think
right? Like he's got his
having these
fucking
guys,
warriors.
or maybe that just would have been a little too on the nose. Too Fu Manchu.
Yeah,
Oh. Now, see, Spider-Man is supposed to have spider strength. So,
and his spider sense would help him dodge the hits.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I like how it looked like the
yes.
stunt man was surprised that shit worked too.
Right? So, holy shit. Huh. Oh, suddenly it's Dolomite 2, all sped up. Oh, no.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
Is
right
this
in
the
the face.
most? Does he ever have this good of a fight scene in the show?
I don't think so. Like, they scale it back a lot.
Sorry, was that out loud? No, because I mean, really, it just shows Peter's scientific expertise that he can make it shoot out like that.
Yeah,
So this is one of the shows where even though you kick all the bad guys' asses, you still run away.
yeah. He could at least just, I don't know. There's no telling how much webbing is in there, but
That's a good point.
he could at
Oh,
least say, isn't that the same clip?
it's some of it is. I don't think it's.
Oh wait, they're gonna do the big stunt. He's gonna use the web on the thing.
Oh, they just couldn't afford this stunt man again, is what it is. Look at all this dude's doing. He's kicking, he's spinning. Loop in some fucking Tom Holland trash talk.
Here we go.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. They should have had him be a little more
It almost looks
wisecracky.
like he was wisecracking at some points in this. Like,
Yeah, they forgot to dub it over.
yep, or it just didn't play. There we go.
Woo. Uh,
We really did that, kids. This isn't this isn't Batman. Well, that is another
is he
thing.
not
Is
wearing a different suit?
he is? I think he might be wearing a different suit. He's definitely wearing a different suit from. Oh no, he is
The
wearing a
other
different
scene.
suit. Yeah.
Yeah, he is a very generic Mr. Big.
Mm-hmm. The Madison Bank of New York, California. There.
Same block as
Oh
earlier.
yeah, that's the same bank that got robbed in the first scene. Shit.
Oh, gee. The ever present loud yellow 70s car, the Oldsmobile Buick.
What? So yeah, the villain's plan is to drive these people into the.
Marge, you been driving again?
Isn't that a shot from Hill Street? Shit. I don't think Monahan comes back either, right?
I don't think so. I just remember Barbara. He's not bad, but I can see why they got rid of him.
They don't need two. Yeah, it's like you don't need two dummies. Like,
Yeah. You know what these guys remind me of? Remember on The Flash
oh
where they had
yeah,
the two
Biff
cops?
and yeah, yeah.
Oh God. And Amy goes too.
Oh, the guy who wrote this, like when he heard that, he like played that back for his family. He's like, I wrote that part. I really like Star Trek.
it's it's Danny Bonaducci's father. That's comedy gold.
Have we seen a Daily Bugle letterhead? I don't think so.
No, because they always been in the office.
No, we saw the no, I mean on a paper. Have we seen a newspaper in this show that says Daily Bugle on it?
Mm-mm. But it must really be hot in the springtime in New York. You would think with those windows wide open like that, do they do a Spider-Man crawls in?
Oh, okay, so that's what I forgot. It was Batman the series had a lot of wall walking shots. And so
Hmm.
they would have been trying to show off that they were advanced past that.
Yeah.
So you have to take that into account too, folks.
It's like the character where everybody gets on his nerves just never works.
Hmm.
See, that would have been a perfect scene where Spider-Man comes crawling into the window.
Right.
Since it just seems like those windows were wide open for no fucking reason whatsoever.
All right.
LA.
Something exciting's about to happen. The camera's tilting up.
You can also tell it's LA because the buildings are only so tall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. I think if you ever get to see Spider-Man on a skyscraper near one, it's going to be in the season premiere for season two. Something. But I mean, they didn't think about the effects sequences because I mean, this isn't before Star Wars, but it's before anybody thought of doing Star Wars again, right? Like
No,
this is
no, you didn't
fall
catch Star Wars
77.
fever till Buck Rogers and Battlestar. There aren't very many space shows.
Yeah.
Like there hadn't been a space show, I don't think, since Star Trek at this point, right?
I mean, Roddenberry had those pilots, but no, I don't think there was any space stuff until, yeah, Battlestar and Buck Rogers. But just the idea of special effects action shows was
Mm-hmm. No,
not a thing yet.
it was all cop shows. Oh,
Why is he walking so slow?
yeah. Oh, what did he got him? He activated
He
him, I
got
guess.
him, but Peter wasn't there for the conditioning. They'd left.
Yeah.
Or is he going to condition him now?
Somehow he's gonna snap out of it
I
though.
think. Do we actually have Spider Man go bad in costume or no? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
this is weird.
Oh, this is the
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah, so basically from 1960 what? 1997 to, I don't know,
70s.
1992. You flash different lights at people on TV shows to do things to them.
Yeah, just to hypnotize them. And
Because it
they
turns
did the
out it's
same.
really cheap to do.
They did the same thing on Superboy.
Did the same thing in Superman 2, actually.
Yeah. Eh.
I would. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where they. That's definite location footage.
Dun dun.
Oh yeah, late 70s. TVs of
Mhm.
every size.
Oh,
Hmm.
yes, this is before. This is when around was still.
She's given more Mrs. Wilson than Aunt May.
Well, yeah. I mean, Aunt May has never had a
No real character.
particularly faithful screen
Mm-mm.
adaptation. Yeah. Like,
No, yeah.
it's more dialogue than Aunt May had in a year of the comic. Like,
She's basically in this because she was in the comic.
oh, yeah.
He's gonna walk all the way to New York from LA.
Mm-hmm. That's weird. I They just don't have a way of, because see, he's forgotten that he was ever there as Spider-Man too. I
Uh,
think, or am I reading too much into it? Because they just don't have a way of showing when you're remembering repressed memories on
mm-mm.
CBS at 7, 8 o'clock Central.
Oh, there we go.
That's the same shot as
Same shot.
before. Is that the same shot? I think it
Yeah.
probably
Yeah, it
is.
is.
Oh, we were waiting for you, Spider Man.
What are we gonna do? Let me swing across again.
Yep.
This is the trick I learned at
Let's
Atari.
let's use that footage again. Let's use that footage.
Oh,
Whoa! Oh,
oh.
oh wow! Spider voice. His mouth will not move in the costume.
He does talk on the show more.
Yeah, because he interacts with people.
Yeah, this is more. He's not as chatty. Matter of fact, we don't get a quite chatty Spider-Man till Andrew Garfield, really.
Yeah, it was one of those
Because
things that they.
Toby was really, he was kind of, I'm sticking to the script type. So this
Okay,
Spider-Man was kind of basic.
I think that's the same wall he climbed earlier. Is that somebody following you, or is that just somebody in a car, man?
He's just being paranoid, man.
Oh shit, is he into a yellow cab?
Oh,
Oh shit.
oh, oh, here we go. Oh, he already knew he was Spider-Man.
Does he ride back in a garbage truck?
Think so. Yep. But how does he know that that garbage truck is
Yeah,
going
that's a
anywhere?
weird thing to know. Daily Bugle, there it is. Awesome. All right. Demand money to be delivered to seaplane in harbor. Have they had the same anchor on, or has it been all different anchors?
Hmm. Hey, what's Lisa Eilbacher up to?
Getting brainwashed, I think.
Did she get brainwashed?
Yeah, she's off just being brainwashed. I think she's one of the brainwash. I think she's one of the 10.
One of the 10?
I think so.
That's the big reveal.
Yeah.
Oh, see, he doesn't even have any Spidey healing.
No. I don't think that's new.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember what Sting's name is in Dune though, because it's like, this is my nephew, Boba Fett. Like, it took a while for villains on TV to get good. Like, it took a while. Like, it'd be another 12 years.
Nah. Villains had to step up their game once they created JR.
Yeah.
And then you had, your Glenn Larson villains of the week, which were very comic booky. Like the Knight Rider villains were hit or miss. The A-Team villains were basically the Knight Rider villains.
I wish his friend had come back.
Yeah, dude just
He
vanished.
needs a friend. They need another reporter at the Bugle.
Hell, they could have had Flash Thompson in this.
Only one thing can hear this that doesn't have four legs,
Four
Superman.
legs, Superman.
On the other hand, this not being available in HD is preventing people from cutting together a Superman 1978 Amazing Spider-Man team up movie where,
Crossover. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if he's going to make it to the Empire State Building.
No, he stops himself before he jumps, I think.
New York. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's stock footage. That looked like stock footage for real. See, I don't think that's her from behind.
No, you just make stock footage and then dress your person like the stock footage.
Right.
Like that's how they fucking. This is the more elaborate. Actually, that's a fucking effect shot. That's impressive. Oh yeah, we got that
Well,
sound like the metal paper shit going into that very short building. Wow, what a villain.
okay, look at the
If that's
background,
not
people.
New York,
Yeah,
then they
that's New
put
York.
that is New York, or they put more people on a no that nope that's Empire. Okay, you were right.
Empire State. Yeah,
I apologize, Spider Man. I didn't think you were going to do it.
they had to get this shot.
You mean the shot that we can't see anymore because VHS sucks? Oh yeah,
Right.
that is the Empire
That's
State Building.
definitely the
Yep.
lobby and all that.
I'm sure the first time I saw it, I was like, "This is just like in Spider Man. This is so cool." Um. Also, is it Spider Man 2 for PS2 that you live if you jump off, but you die in the other ones?
Yeah, I
But
think
then
it's
I think
one
you
of those.
live in the new one. But I think in
Yeah, there's a
Spider
way you could.
Man
There's a
3,
hack if you that can make you live. I think.
that's Stuntman again. I think in the Spider Man 3 for PS2, when you tried
Good shot
jumping,
though.
yeah, they made fun of you. Yeah, they actually got up there. Well, yeah, because they hired the fucking New York news crew who does that establishing shot every once in a while. Ooh,
Oh
I don't think that's
no,
tacky on the boat.
no,
Also,
that yard.
those guys are not trying to fight back at all. Like,
Right, they didn't try to jump back into the boat.
uh, seems like there'd be
You
all
have a
sorts of
plane.
things. Dun dun.
And it wasn't a squad of cops. It was just
Nope, it's just two of them. Well,
two of them. What the
well,
fuck?
they weren't paying anybody else in New York. That was the same guy as Peter Parker. I like she's in the subway, but it doesn't appear to be her. Lisa
No,
Eilbacher
she.
wasn't in the subway.
The close ups are of her in L.A. Anything from the back is a stand in that's actually on location. Uh oh.
There we go. Cut.
Oh
Nicholas, get
Jesus.
down.
Oh,
Huh. Wait a second. Oh.
and what the hell am I doing in New York?
Well, also, he's Spider Man. He should have changed and leapt off the top of the Empire State Building. Instead, he's
Oh,
magically appeared over at
he's got
dudes.
he's got the now he's dressed like the series version because before the belt wasn't
Oh
outside of the
yeah. Well,
suit.
no, because he's got the webs. He's
Oh
got the
yeah,
shooters now.
yeah, cartridges.
Yeah. Okay. So now they set it to do the anti-krypton powers beams outside instead of inside the crystal.
You see, I've changed the wires in this machine here.
What was I
It'll
doing
drain
in
their
this
power.
subway? Oh, holy shit. Look at
Yeah.
her. She's like, what?
What?
Okay. There were supposed to be 10 of them. We saw
See, look at
4.
that.
That is
That is
not
not
Lisa
her.
Eilbacher. I mean, good for old stuntman, dude. That was pretty cool work there.
Oh, here we go again.
Hey, he's talking in the outfit. That's more than Tobey Maguire ever did.
Right. Oh, they were under it too, huh? It's over.
This is until we get to the Captain Americas, because we're going to be doing this Incredible Hulk, Doctor Strange, and the 2 Captain Americas. We're doing the Marvel late 70s CBS package. Until we get to Captain America, this is like the simplest story. Hulk
Yeah,
and Doctor Strange have very involved
yeah.
stories.
Deeper. That,
He just doesn't have a good Spider-Man voice. Like
eh,
his Peter Parker voice is fine, but as Spider-Man,
yeah.
it sounds like
Well, he's not. Spider-Man's supposed to be laid back and
yeah,
sarcastic.
yeah. And I mean, you could do it another way, but
Yeah.
you have
Either
to
way,
try doing something.
he's still chatty.
This shit. It's all his fault.
Get him out of here! Well, look at that. Everybody's at the precinct.
No, Robbie.
Robbie's not there unless he comes running up.
Oh, we get our ranting Jay Jonah.
Uh, wow. Shit, I haven't seen you in days.
Right?
It kind of sucks how useless she was to this.
Yeah, she was in it for 3 scenes, 4 scenes.
They must have just like either she was shooting something else or they just needed her to be the girl.
They the show always has a problem with like giving him a girlfriend, but it sort of comes through in the second season a bit. Well, some of the problem is that I feel like he and Rita should have had some ill-advised romance, but they never would have done it.
No, not then.
Hell, they didn't even really do it on Southland. They canceled the show. But they have it's shit.
Convention pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who did take the pictures? Did he have an automatic or something?
He must have had an automatic.
Yeah.
So she's parked her car there and they're just walking off together,
Yeah, they're just gonna go frolic.
hand in hand. Enjoy
And that's
It's
how your
always
pilot of
sunny
Spider-Man ends.
in it's always sunny in New York, California.
Here comes the post-credit scene with 70s Nick Fury, played by Robert Conrad.
Johnny Spence did your first Spider-Man score, everyone. Danny Elfman, eat your heart out.
Hey!
I'm kidding.
Fred Wall. That's the guy in the suit.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'd still like to be able to see the Empire State Building in it. Like, come
Yeah, where's
on.
that New York skyline?
Come on now, Disney. You released the Boba Fett cartoon to Disney Plus. Have some courage. Release this.
Yeah, they never will, unless they're just completely crapped out for Spider-Man material. But you know, uh,
It's weird. It is actually weird to finish a
that
superhero
was the
movie and there
amazing
not to be a fucking
Spider.
post-credit scene. Uh, so yes, that is Spider-Man. Amazing or the amazing. Oh God, what is it? The show was called Spider-Man, but this was called The Amazing
The Amazing
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man. Yeah.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the show would take quite a while to get ordered and produced, and I think it was always a mid-season thing.
Yeah, the first season was mid-season because it was only like maybe 5 or 6 episodes.
Is
No,
there a
maybe no
fourth?
less because they did another two-parter. I think
Since
that was
we
Deadly Dust was the second one.
All right, so since we won't be back, it won't be spoilers. 13 episodes total, in
Yeah.
not including the pilot. But yes, so the next is the Deadly Dust. Okay, and then Wikipedia's got some of the trivia here. So we've got and then also Deadly Dust came out as Spider-Man Strikes Back
Yeah.
overseas. The third and fourth episodes, Curse of Rava and Night of the Clones, were cut into two different movies.
Yeah. See?
Curse of Rava was cut into Concaper and Curse of Rava, and Night of the Clones was cut into Night of Clones and Escort to Danger. So and then Escort to Danger is the one with Madeline Stowe.
Really?
Yep. But then Night of the Clones was Morgan Fairchild.
Hmm. Night of the
Season
Clones wasn't bad. And The Captive Tower is probably one of the better episodes because
and
it's Spider-Man Die Hard.
that's the one that never got cut into it, making it the rarest of the series
Wow.
because it was never combined into a 2-hour movie. It's also the only one that didn't get a VHS release. But then,
You're kidding, because I have it.
well,
Must have been overseas, right?
I think you have it. I think you probably have it from Sci-Fi.
Yeah, probably, maybe.
Okay, so then Matter Estate was cut together with Photo Finish. Then we get the Con Caper in season 2. So they were splicing together shows from different seasons.
Different
which
seasons,
is
yeah.
awesome. Which is like, Superman 2, basically, before Superman 2. Wolfpack and Kirkwood Haunting. I
Yeah,
feel like that was a good one. And then the Chinese Web is the last episode, and that's a two-parter.
yeah, that's the last movie too.
Yeah. And that co-stars, is that the one with Rosalind Cho? Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yep.
She played that same character in every show back then. She was like that girl.
So that's the Spider-Man show. Sadly not available on
Yeah, thanks,
Homer
Stan Lee.
streaming media. Thank you, Stan Lee, James Cameron, and Kevin Feige. At this point, I think we can thank them all. But it's weird to not have it too, just because it's got a lot of late '70s stuff has that nebulous pre-80s feel to it. This feels '70s though. This feels late '70s.
Yeah.
Like by the Hulk, which definitely by the second Hulk pilot, but even the Hulk, which we'll be watching next week, you've got the sort of that early 80s vibe because all the shows were made by like two different people. So they were all either Glenn A. Larson or Donald P. Pellizario, right? Like,
Belsario, Larson. Um, there's another one. Stephen Cannell.
yeah. I don't know if he was going yet. He was more, wasn't he more mid 80s started?
Well, yeah, he was early. His hit was the A Team,
Was that
right?
Cannell? Or was that
No, no.
Larson?
Yeah, it was Cannell because
Okay, so
Larson
yeah,
did Knight Rider.
okay. So it's
Yeah,
those three. It's basically those three. And then
he did
then
all the action shows.
Belisario didn't he do Magnum?
Magnum, he did
Yeah.
Magnum, Quantum Leap, but Quantum Leap came later,
Yeah.
like
Quantum Leap was 89,
89. Yeah,
90. But yeah, so I mean, you sort of established like this certain type of TV show from this era. Also, Simon and Simon started early enough. It's really
hmm
weird now to think about it because when you finally got to see this stuff as a teenager in reruns and start to see this stuff, you'd have these 2 season sweeping things where things changed on shows. But now it's so long ago, you don't remember them being a big deal. But at the time, you were still
yeah. A lot of
seeing
the
this.
shows they revamped. You could always tell when these old shows were on the way out because they would just revamp. They would certain actors thought they were the star of the show. They would leave the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like Knight Rider, the last season of Knight Rider, they added the black dude. There was always something they altered in the last season or the last couple of seasons of the show that kind of led to the doom of the show.
Yeah, they always. I think the only one. There were some shows that it just didn't end up mattering, like Hill Street Blues. But they kept the majority of the cast. They kept the important cast members for that. It
Yeah,
wasn't like they lost.
yeah. Daniel J never left,
Right.
and
So as long as they had him, it was fine. But by the end, they'd be very different shows because they weren't the new show, right? Like you had LA Law in some ways like had a certain bit of
and
80s
nobody, even
realism.
though, and that was very much an ensemble too.
Hmm.
So if somebody left that, it wasn't a huge deal. But
That might have been the most successful for that
yeah,
because people just
till
left and it didn't
till
really,
ER.
yeah. And then ER, at that, they sort of proved the point. We don't
Yeah.
actually need to can't end the show just because George Clooney left.
hmm
Like, regardless of whether or not the show took a nosedive when George Clooney left. But
It was just dumb that they kept trying to replace him.
yeah, I don't know. I we made it to Carter being like the only one there, but we couldn't make it past
Yeah,
the
I,
Carter years.
I only have the Clooney one. I think I have all the Clooney seasons
Yeah,
plus the one after he left, and then I'm just like, I don't need the rest of the show.
no, it's
But I did see the last episode, and I was like, what is this?
all right. So yes, next time it will be the Incredible Hulk, which is better, and also better preserved. It's out on
Yeah,
Blu-ray. So if they go to New York, when they go to New York, and you're watching your Incredible Hulk Blu-ray set, you will be able to see the buildings, and they won't have completely wasted their time.
but they don't. It's a lot of location in that too, because
Yeah,
it's Universal, and they not going not shoot on the Universal lot.
I'm pretty sure this one shoots on the lot and the one set and
Yeah,
the four like, but it's fine. It'll be nice. It's Bill Bixby. It's nice. So
yeah.
and,
I still got to
oh,
figure Banner's travel pattern throughout that show.
there's got to be a map. They made that fucking Friday 13th map. I found they got to have a map. I don't know.
Because you would think, I would figure the show may or may not actually be linear, you know?
Yeah, I don't. Now that wasn't Belisarius because he
Uh-uh.
then did that with Quantum Leap. But yeah, I
Yeah.
wonder. Um,
Like, you could take
No.
an episode of the Hulk and watch any of them, and there's no real
Right. It's
devotion to time unless they specifically say, you know,
yeah, otherwise it's ready for syndication.
yeah, there
Um
is no problem there.
no, the Hulk was even though it didn't live that long, if it was in syndication long, it wasn't in Chicago because after a
It
certain
was
point,
Channel 9 had it
yeah, but not into the
in the
90s.
early '80s. Yeah,
Yeah,
they had
but
it in the early '80s.
not when I wanted to watch it again.
No, because by that point, I think Sci-Fi had it.
Did Sci-Fi have it early? They might have had it
Sci-Fi
early. They
had
had a
it
lot of
in the
Universal
'90s.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most anything Universal was on Sci-Fi at one point or another, especially
Sci-Fi
Galactica.
seemed like a Universal arm for a
Well, it
hot.
is because it's all of it is now Sci-Fi USA. Although USA, think they ended up getting sold into it because
Okay.
they had a wide catalog of shit, but I think they might have always been US Universal affiliated,
I am
but
now
Sci-Fi
remembering,
definitely.
yes, the Universal original movies when they came out on Laserdisc. They came out from MCA Universal. So yes. They're yep. But once the Sci-Fi started doing the really shitty stuff, the Asylum like stuff, that wasn't Universal.
Uh-uh.
All right. None of this has anything to do with Spider-Man, folks. Also, did I open saying that we're on episode 58 and we're moving over to numbering? Maybe. I think I did.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's fine. We're on episode 58. We're moving over to numbering. Show Swamp Thing won some love, people.
Yeah. Watch Swamp Thing. Watch Return of Swamp Thing. Um, the Jaws movies could use some love.
Jaws movies could use some love. Return of Swamp Thing's a shit talk
Uh,
commentary. People seem to like those.
uh,
Based on Under Siege 2's surprise performance.
no shit, man.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yes. Till next
same
time, folks.
bat channel. No, that doesn't work.
Till then, we're sweeping the popcorn out of the balcony here. Dusting for spiders.
Dustin for spiders. Aunt May's never in it after. Okay. All right.